Greetings all. I am here, and actually here this time. I managed to get my webcam to work, which means that you can gaze awkwardly at my face hovering in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen as I deliver this video tutorial. Speaking of video tutorials, this one is on the pre-writing stage of the writing process. Pre-writing, which is also called the invention stage, is the part of the writing process when we decide what we want to write and when we come up with the content that will make up the bulk of our essay. It's basically where we generate ideas for a paper. In this video, I'll model two pre-writing processes for you all: free writing and sorting. It's important to note that these are not the only pre-writing options. The process of generating ideas is, like all stages of the writing process, deeply personal. I've attempted to provide a brief outline of different pre-writing processes in the page that contains this video, but you should know that those processes are not exhaustive and that you can even come up with some of your own. The purpose is to choose what works best for you and use that to come up with your essays. Before we start, I want to pose two questions to you, ones that I hope you will keep in mind for the duration of this video. The first is, how do you get started on an essay when one is assigned? What do you do to come up with ideas and to plan? And second, does that process make writing the essay easy? Because that's the whole point of pre-writing, to make the essay easy. If your pre-writing process doesn't make the essay easier for you, you might need to make some changes to it. So, generally when we do pre-writing, we begin by deciding on our topic and on our stance. We can find our topic by reviewing the assignment prompt for that essay and responding to it. Based on our answer to that question that the prompt is asking, we can use that to create a stance, a position on the issue. The opinion paper, which you're all working on right now, asks you to take a side on the debate between Kenneth Burke and David Bartholomew's approaches to joining a discourse. I think that I like David Bartholomew's side of faking it until you make it a little bit better than Burke's wait and see approach, so I'm going to go with that. Let's do some free writing. Since I know my stance, I'll type it at the top of a blank Word document and get started from there. Now, I can also do this by hand if I prefer. I can pull out a blank piece of scrap paper and write my stance at the top. But this saves on paper, and because I can save it to a flash drive, it's a little bit more portable for me. So I'm going to do this digitally for the purposes of our video. Plus then I don't have to film my hands, which is weird. So now, what I'll tend to do is set a timer. For free writing, you'll usually set a timer for about 5 minutes and write down ideas that connect to your stance for the entire duration of that 5-minute period. That is, you'll try to answer the question, why do I believe what I believe, or why have I chosen that stance? In this case, I'll write down, why do I agree with David Bartholomew? And I'll try to answer that question in as many ways as possible. Since free writing is just coming up with ideas, you want to avoid taking the time to craft carefully written sentences. Instead, you're just focusing on getting ideas down. Turning them into sentences comes at a later stage. I'm not going to worry about writing complete sentences, or about spelling, grammar, punctuation, or anything like that. I'm just going to type out any ideas that I have, because the point here is to keep the ideas flowing for that whole 5-minute period. And that 5-minute period for free writing is pretty much a universal. You can go under, but going over is usually a pretty bad idea. Alright, so let's scroll down a little bit because, as you can see, I've already performed this process and have some ideas. I didn't want to spend 5 minutes of this video in complete silence awkwardly typing away at my keyboard as you all listen in. That would just be boring. Nobody wants to see that. So I did this ahead of time so that we have some examples. So by keeping your mind working for the time period that you set in free writing, you're forcing your brain to not only think critically about your topic and your stance on that topic, but you're also forcing yourself to react to your topic, to consider what you already know and already think about that topic. As you can see from my free writing example up here, my ideas become more specific, better developed, as I move further down my list. Near the top, the ideas are basically repetitions of things that Bartholomew has said, and nearer the bottom, I'm connecting Bartholomew's ideas to both my own experiences and to observations that I've made as well. And that's a good thing because that means I have more to use in my essays. If you try the free writing process for the first time and have trouble actually writing for the whole 5 minutes, don't worry about it. Free writing does take some getting used to, and you'll become better and better at it as you practice. It's kind of like everything with writing. Practice makes perfect. Once I have some ideas, I need to organize them, because like this, they're basically useless. Now, there are a couple ways I can do this. If you followed the link that I included on our page to a website called Creately, you can make a free cluster map, which will help you organize your ideas. But I'm going to use my favorite method of organizing my ideas. I'm going to sort. And the way I do this is using the highlighter function of the Microsoft Word program. So, what I'm going to do is pick a color for each of what I think are the broad topics in this bit of free writing. So saying that I believe Bartholomew's stance because it mirrors my own experience. From what I remember of being a first-year writing student, I had to fake it until I made it. I'm going to highlight that in yellow. And then I'm going to look through my list and find anything that has to do with my experience as a first-year writer. And I'm also going to highlight it in yellow. Luckily, all of my things that have to do with my own experience are up here at the top. But sometimes I'll have to dig a little bit deeper. For example, if I say that, yeah, students are expected to write like experts, and I highlight that in teal, I'm going to have to look for things that fall in line with that. So maybe the fact that students often are asked to do research but don't have time to do enough research. Maybe things like the fact that students are often forced to make arguments that aren't very in-depth because, again, you don't have enough time to do enough research to truly become an expert. And I can also talk about the fact that most general education professors, so the teachers that are for your gen eds, go a little bit easier on style than the ones in your major. So this idea that professors want you to sound like you know what you're talking about, but that they haven't necessarily taught you exactly how to do that yet for your discipline. As you can see, if I continue this process, I'll have several main ideas with supporting details that back up my main stance. And I can use this to start moving into the outlining process. Now, we won't talk about outlining here. That's for another class meeting. However, I hope that you can see how we might use this sorting method to start plugging information into an outline as we move forward. I want to reiterate that the writing process is deeply personal, and so is the pre-writing process. What works for one person might not work for others, so I've attempted to provide as many different pre-writing approaches as possible for you as you move through this day of our class unit. If none of those work out for you, you might want to check out part 2 of our textbook, They Say, I Say, where the authors provide you with some additional options. Before you move on, please write down one thing that you will do to pre-write for Main Quest 2, the opinion paper. Once you've done so, feel free to move forward with our course outline. Click the next button to move on to our handout on thesis statements. This has been Professor Vincent, actually visible for once, and this is the end of our tutorial section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Canvas channel for more great educational content.